that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. And we are joined today by Caesar.
I mean, you know, I should probably change that. The reason why that's been that is because when I don't have my cam going, I've got this up, which is our version of Caesar from SPQR. So here, let me change my name real quick. That'll be back when I'm on some shows later, but
oh man, sorry I'm late, everyone. I regretfully slept through my alarms. M. Oden, welcome. Nine Roses Publishing.
That would be me.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I was hanging in the chat. I was like, I wonder when we're gonna get started.
Yeah. Oh man, thanks for your patience.
It's all good, man. I completely get it. These things happen.
Oh my golly. So it has been seemingly forever since I last saw you. Hope you've been well.
seemingly so.
Oh man. So what have you been up to other than working on books?
Oh man. I mean, lots of stuff been going on. Like, you know, I think the last time I was on was like right before I went to court for custody.
Oh.
And that went well.
Okay.
I won't go too much into detail on that, but I did come out as the primary custodian, and that was nice. But you know, mainly it was just, you know, fulfillment of the embrace and everything like that, and getting stuff out there, which has been no fun task. Like, we have hit every road block that a person can imagine.
Oh man.
Like, you know, we had the book done back in like August, and then when we got our initial print run, it was not up to standard. Like, and I had issues getting back in touch with that printer. And so I had to order a whole new print run because I hadn't heard back from the original printer.
Oh man.
And I had to go to my bank. So like there's been all sorts of craziness when it comes down to that. But you know, I initially started up the campaign that I have going on right now, which is SPQR's Bizzare Adventure and the Elysian Fields Remaster. I'd initially put out a mailing list for, I think, back in like October or November. And of last year, of course, but like it wasn't really drawing in the attention. Like the backers of the old Elysian Field stuff were like, this is cool, but I already have these books. And so the only people that we really had coming in were potential new customers and what have, which is nice. And I had obviously like my most loyal guys who were like, hell yeah, I want the remaster. But like there were a lot of customers that were kind of like, like this is fun and all, but I mean, I've already got these books. I know what happens in them. And that's fine. That's absolutely understandable. And so I kind of stopped pushing it for a while because I knew I needed a different angle. And then one came to me after about a week of sleep deprivation, because we had some people taken off the schedule at work because they were put under quarantine.
Oh man.
I had been working like 3-4 days straight, like working till like earliest 2 a.m, latest 4 a.m.
Oh, right? Shoot. That's nuts.
And yeah, not fun. But so I did the like what ended up happening was one of my my favorite history pages that's also got a YouTube called Daily Updates on the Status of the Roman Empire, and their YouTube is Pax Romana. They had posted up that they had new merchandise, which was a Carthago Delenda S shirt, which means Carthage should be destroyed, with like a bust of Cato the Elder, but it's all done JoJo style, right? JoJo being JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the like very popular manga and anime here that's, you know, kind of broken the internet. It's probably one of the most memed things out there. But so like having not really slept for a few days, I saw it, and I just kind of started chuckling to myself, and it was just like, yeah, it would be a funny thing to do. Is like Julius Caesar is a stand user, and Pompey Magnus is a stand user, and so I drew some sketches, and I posted them up on Twitter, and within a few minutes, like we had a whole bunch of likes and retweets, and I had gotten some inboxes from people being like, "You're gonna make that happen, right? Like that's gonna be a thing." And I just went, "Fuck, I guess so." And so that I went and I pitched it to Aaron from Global Frequency, who is become a person that like whenever I have an idea about something, I tell him about it, and I can always trust him to give me a no BS answer. If it's a dumb idea, he'll be like, "No, Oden, that's stupid." If it's a good idea, he'll be like, "Yes, absolutely." And we were talking about it. It was like 1 a.m. I was driving home from work, and he just goes, "All right, this idea is amusing, but it is 1 a.m. You are tired. I am tired. If you still think it's a good idea in the morning, give me a call and talk to me about it then." So go to bed, wake up the next morning, and the story just comes to me. And so I called Neff. I gave him the pitch, and he just goes, "God damn it. Yeah, make it." And so yeah, that's when the hunt for the artist began, and we really lucked out with our series artist Kari Salviejo, who's from the Philippines, and she's just absolutely phenomenal, great talent, and very easy to work with. Very fast too. She was averaging about a page a day.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, it was insane. Absolutely stunning stuff. And I mean, the results speak for themselves. I'm sure we'll pull up the campaign here in a minute and take a look at the art. But yeah, man, it's been a wild ride. We launched. It was a little bit of a wonky launch after launch day because I think people had bills that they needed to pay. So we've been having this weird thing where we'll go a few days without backers, and then we'll have a massive burst of stuff coming in. And the page has garnished a lot of attention. We've been up for 2 weeks, and we've garnished over 1,000 views on the campaign page. It's definitely generating interest. It's just a matter of people having the funds and also getting it in front of the right audience.
What a trip!
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Wow, that is different for sure. My gosh. All right, so it has been quite some time since you were last here.
Yes.
So I was wondering if you wouldn't mind just sharing your origin story to refresh us.
Oh yeah.
What were you into growing up? Like, were you into cartoons, comics, toys, movies? What have
all of
you?
the above.
Yeah.
Like,
And what were the major milestones in your life that led you down this path to becoming an independent creator?
so as far as my childhood, you know, my dad was special forces. So when I was growing up, he'd be away a lot. My mom was working on her master's degree, and so my two older brothers who were in high school watched over me a lot. And so, they were into comics and superheroes and everything. So like I got into the comic books and stuff like that through them. They got me into stuff like X-Men the animated series, Spider-Man the animated series, Batman the animated series, all of the good all of that good stuff. And I was a kid in the 90s, so action figures and toys were like obviously something that I cherished and played with and did all of that stuff. But when it comes down to like the love of stories and everything, when my dad would come home and what have you, like my bedtime story was the Iliad. Like we had this beautiful abridged version of the Iliad with these lovely painted illustrations. And like that inspired this love of like myth, which that's what comic books are effectively. It's just like this latest chapter in this tradition that stretches back to the beginnings of antiquity, of stories about heroes and their grand exploits and overcoming great evils and what have you. So as far as milestones that got me to here as a creator, I'd say that the first milestone was when I was deployed back in, what was that? Was it 2015, I think? 2015, 2016? Or was deployed to Qatar. So it was less of a deployment and more of what I call a paid vacation in the devil's asshole. But while I was there, I got into writing industry stuff on a platform called Movie Pilot. And Movie Pilot initially was like the way that it worked was anybody could write for Movie Pilot, and it was effectively a way for they would let anyone write on there, and then they'd pay attention to what was being posted and what generated buzz, and then they'd use that as a way to scout for talent to actually like write for Movie Pilot, be one of their verified creators. And so I think I was about a quarter of the way into the deployment, and I wrote a review about the second issue of Superman Rebirth, and called an ode to fatherhood, because that's what it was. It was effectively like Superman takes Jonathan Kent out on an adventure, so that like it's effectively a bring your kid to work day, almost like superhero bring your kid to work day. Like he brings John with him so that he can see firsthand what Clark does, and is explaining to him about the responsibility and that comes with these powers, and how doing the how one day I remember this line. It's one of my favorite things. Is one day he's going to wear he's going to wear the Superman crest, and he's going to have to decide what that means for him, what that stands for John. And it was just this fantastic story. And so I wrote this review on it, and didn't really think much of it. Like I was happy with the piece, but I didn't really think much of it. And then Movie Pilot saw it, gave it some like professional editing, and posted it direct to their site. And it took off. And so then that's when I went through their verified creator program, and I got into industry journalism. And so that was the first milestone. The second milestone was kind of the tipping point, where after years of being told, hey, like, why don't you make your own stuff? Because I would talk and complain incessantly about how things weren't being handled right in comics or film or this, that, the other. And so, why don't you do it yourself? I finally took a shot, and I had this idea for a story for the pulp character, the Shadow.
Okay.
And the last I knew, Dynamite had been publishing his books. So I reached out to the head of creative projects at Dynamite, because it was up on their site. I'm not sure if it's still there anymore, but like they were pretty easy to get a hold of when I was doing this. So I got in touch with them, and I told them the guy sat there and listened to my pitch for like 30 minutes. Which I had initially was like the initial idea was for it to be an animated series, but like I could do it as a comic as well. And that's what I told him. And so the head of that of creative works told me, he said, all right, so two things. First, we've never had any film rights or anything like film licensing or anything like that when it comes down to the Shadow. We just had his printing rights. And secondly, we lost the printing rights here in the last year. And it's a shame, because I really like where you're going with this idea. I think it's a very, very strong premise. There's definitely some rough edges that need some smoothing out. But like, if we still had these the printing rights, that we'd be pairing you up with like one of our veteran writers on the character, and you'd be getting your own run.
Wow.
And he gave me the contact information for Condé Nast, who owns the Shadow, and he told me, like, you can reach out to these guys, but like, I'm going to tell you right now, they're very protective of the character. They're probably going to, like, at best, they're probably going to blow you off. At worst, they're probably going to tell you to fuck off. and I was like, okay, fair enough. And that's exactly what they did. They gave me I did send them an email, just because, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah.
And they sent me the polite business equivalent of F off, which was not even addressing me by name, just sending an immediate response in like 20 minutes saying the screen and printing license for the Shadow are not for sale, and that was it. Or not for lease or what have you.
Right.
And so it's like, Roger, thank you. So yeah. But what that did was it gave me the confidence that I didn't have before, because I think a lot of the reason why I hesitated to get in was because, we look at this stuff from the outside, and no matter how much we love these stories or what have you, there's these people that defined the industry. They live in this space in our head on this pedestal where it's like, we could never be these people. Like how could we? While forgetting that there was absolutely a point where they were in the same boat we were.
Yeah, it's like we psych ourselves out.
Yeah. But that meeting finally gave me the confidence to start working on my script for Elysian Fields.
Nice.
And so I started working on the script and what have you. And around that time was when my marriage fell apart. And we separated, and I was taking it really hard. And so I needed something to focus on. And making the book was that thing. I found an artist. I budgeted off some money from my paychecks to get production going on it, and subsidized the production of the first book entirely myself, and went to go crowdfund it. You know, I did a horrible job of crowdfunding it. Like, we did very well monetarily and even with backers. But like, it's definitely Elysian Fields Issue 0 is a comedy of errors that should not have had the success it did. But I got in it. I got in the industry at the right place, in the right place in the right time, and we had massive success. And so that's what started me here.
Nice. Pretty cool. I mean, all the setbacks ultimately help you grow because you just learn it from experience.
Like the amount of times that you stumble, every single one of those things is like a learning experience, right? You know, there's always something valuable that you can get from shortcomings. I won't call them failures, because so long as you don't allow those things to take you down, you haven't failed. But your mistakes, your shortcomings, they're things that you can learn from and adapt to.
Yeah. It's how you handle it that helps you grow. Let me see. So you got this project, SPQR's Bizzare Adventure and Elysian Fields Remaster. I'm sorry, what does SPQR stand for?
It is Latin. It stands. It is an acronym for Senatus Populasque Romanus, which means the Senate of the people of Rome.
Oh, okay, all right.
And it was like if you go to Rome, or even if you like look at like Roman like military banners, you know, the architecture, stuff like that, you will see SPQR plastered on everything. The Senate, even like a lot of people don't realize this, but one of the things that made Rome unique as a society was the fact that no matter what stage it was in politically, there was always a Senate. The Senate of the people of Rome was always a thing. From the time of the Seven Kings through the Republic and even through the Empire, there was always a Senate. So SPQR was like this perfect thing, because I needed a 4-letter word that could take place of JoJo and also be a potential brand builder. You know, like you can't have it be something that like, it has to be something that's timeless, that you can go and you can do stuff with for forever. So if you wanted to do another one of these, it wouldn't matter who the protagonist was. You could still have it be called SPQR, or rather like how JoJo is JoJo. And so SPQR fit the bill perfectly. Like Caesar would have fit the bill perfectly as well, but Caesar is too long. It has to be a 4-letter word.
Okay, I see now. When I first looked at the title, it although inaccurate, I thought it was like some kind of reference to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. But now that you mentioned JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is like, seems like it's on everyone's minds these days, it makes perfect sense. My gosh. Let's check out this trailer here.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So
It's
like when you do like a sequel, if you will, the next one could potentially be SPQR's Bizzare Adventure, and then it'll have another subtitle. I mean,
yeah. So like this one is called SPQR's Bizzare Adventures Rubicon Invaders, because like the whole trope is that it's like it's Caesar versus Pompey at the Rubicon River, but it's modeled after the fight between Jotaro and Dio from Stardust Crusaders. So it was like this perfect thing, where it's got a very similar feel to Stardust Crusaders, Rubicon Invaders, and it was perfect. And but yeah, like you know, per JoJo fashion, every part of JoJo focuses on a different JoJo, right? So like when it comes down to it, like if I do more of these, and I have ideas for how I'd want to approach them, like I already like they won't be, it won't be like Julius Caesar. It won't be a continuation of this. It's a whole new thing, you know? You know, I've talked a little bit about it, but like, one of the ideas that I have is like Nero waging a war against Neptune and having that be the premise of one of the next parts.
and then not only do you get this new story, but you also get to catch up on your catalog of 9 Realms publishing.
Yes. And that was the initial idea for this campaign, was to effectively serve as a way for people to get their back catalog and build a war chest. I've been through a lot over the past few years. Finances personally are tight, and everything that I've made from the business side of things hasn't gone to me. It's gone towards production and reinvestment on future endeavors, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like the idea here is that I wanted to build up a war chest to begin production on our next project and get a solid amount of the book done before we launch. Like get as much of it done as we can, and have it paid for. So that way, when we're going and we're doing our next campaign, whatever it is, I'm not so much worried about, oh, well, I have to pay these guys all like so much money for the art and what have you still. It's, well, that's like what I owe left is minimal, right? Making these books is expensive, especially if you are not one of those people that has the talent to be able to write, draw, and letter your book. You're paying somebody something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, that all gets factored in your budget.
Yeah, like, you know, for SPQR, it was a blessing because since we were doing it as a manga, it's only black and white, so I'm only paying for like line art and lettering.
Well, that's a good idea.
But like for like things like Elysian Fields and the Embrace, you know, I've got a line artist, I have a colorist. For Elysian Fields, I've even brought in like a page proofer to make sure that we're maximizing Marcelo's line talent and what have you. And since there's like a language barrier there, I wanted somebody that would be able to break down any panel structure issues in a way that is simple, and that when he gets it translated, nothing gets lost there. Like, there's a lot of things that go into the budgeting of these books. And so I wanted to make sure that when I did my next one, I had as much of the production costs covered as I could. So that way, at the end of it all, we're able to just literally like when the next campaign goes, we have more of it, like most of that, like there will be obviously production costs and shipping costs, but we should have a wider window of profit that can then hopefully go towards obviously investing in the next project, but also maybe even paying myself a little bit, you know, because, you know, like I've done these 4 books for myself, and I haven't gotten paid at all for any of that, and that's fine. That's part of this. I don't want to sound like, oh, I haven't made any money. It's like, no, that's not the point. Like when you're building up an industry and you're building up a business and what have you, you're not going to be making that money, and that is an investment that I felt was worth making. But it's definitely at this point where I have a solid back catalog of product where I can start selling these things. I can start generating those profits back and literally just be paying for production on books, and then, you know, sell them at a rate to turn profit and then be able to pay myself something, you know? And that's the goal here, is to effectively keep the train rolling and have these products pay for themselves and be able to actually get something personally out of it as well.
Yeah, it said that in the indie comic scene, you don't start breaking even and starting to earn profit until like the 3rd or 4th campaign.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I was very fortunate. We turned a profit on the 0 issue, and we would have turned a profit on the Embrace if we hadn't had all the issues we had.
Did you get hit with the shipping delays?
We got hit with some shipping delays. The main thing, though, was the issues with the initial print run. I took some pretty big losses there. I'm not going to put that out there because that's not anyone's business, but like that did hit things hard. I did get refunded the money from the from the initial print run, but it still reflects as a pretty big loss because I lost out. I wasn't refunded the shipping for sending the books back.
Oh, damn.
And that was like another $500.
Oh, shoot. Sometimes when the printer screws up, they just let you keep the original product to sell as like
things ended pretty badly with that printer, and so like their whole thing was they'd refund me if I sent the books back.
Okay. All right.
And so yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds rough.
Yeah, no, it was less than ideal.
This is such a trippy idea to make this a manga. I love this. I love this description here, that it's a not so accurate historical retelling of the Rubicon crossing, the way you never knew you needed it, with big muscles, dramatic posing, and barrages of punches.
Yes,
that's like a perfect summation of a lot of anime.
It's what that audience wants and desires, you know. And like, I think one of the criticisms I have got on this campaign is, well, this doesn't feel like it's entirely marketed for CG. And I'm just like, I mean, that may be true, but like, this is also a fantastic opportunity to grow into different markets and bring in new consumers.
Yeah.
You know, like the anime fans, like, we think that, you know, our comic fans drop money. Like, anime expos and anime conventions Like that's where all the money, like there's a reason why a lot of that you're seeing a rise in anime conventions over comic conventions. They're becoming like, I've noticed like less and less comic conventions and more anime expos, right? Those people spend money like crazy on this stuff.
I mean, I think this is a welcome addition to, you know, CG's offerings.
Yeah.
You know, there's not really, it's not, CG's not really pigeonholed.
No.
You know, at first I thought when in the beginning a couple of years ago that it was going to be mostly superhero comics, but come to find out there's so many people, so many indie creators interested in things like horror. And
there's actually really not that many superhero books.
I know, yeah, it's like totally opposite of what I was expecting. So there's a lot of you know, classic monsters. There's horror. There's zombies. There's witchcraft. There's what westerns seems to be a big thing, which is really fascinating, which I'm really into. And
the whole pulp genre is having like a complete renaissance over in the indie sphere of things. A lot of pulp style characters, from like Western style books to your detective noir, and pulp, like even like pulp hero characters like the Shadow.
Yes.
You see a lot of that influence across a lot of indie characters, and frankly, I think it's one of the things that makes the independent, especially the independent crowdfunding scene, so unique and so fun. Is seeing these old genres that kind of got left behind to have a complete revitalization.
Yeah, and then you've got titles coming from White Cat Comics to Nerium Bonds to Irene. Sorry about that background motorcycle noise.
All good, man.
To Irene. To Irene's Fiendish.
Beautiful book, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of manga influence, and with your intro delving into anime, oh my gosh. Oh, and let's see. I guess Kami Mark's going kind of into manga territory with Krishna Kid. And who was the other one I was thinking of? Is it Ryan Cardinal? Who's got kind of an anime style to his anime intro for his book. So this, I would say this is perfect for CG.
Yeah, man. I really hope so. I think that I do think that it is just a fun thing, and like we're having fun with the gag. Like the manga will be full on manga tankobon size. It's the lettering and panel layout structure are done right to left like a traditional manga. Like everything is as authentic as possible. If you're gonna do the gag, you got to do it all the way. Like if you look at the cover mock-up, you can even see that the binding of the book is on the right.
Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, man, that looks good. And like you said, being black and white, and it does save on cost because you're not having to deal with the addition of colors, which adds to the price.
Mm-hmm.
So does this style of art, is it classified as black and white, or do they call some of it grayscale? Or
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think that it would technically be considered grayscale because there is definitely a lot of that like gray toning in there. But like it looks so good.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
And this is done by the artist who knocks out a page a day, roughly?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like she's insane, man.
I
love working with her.
Is she traditional or digital?
Excuse me, hold on one sec.
Mm-hmm.
So she can do traditional, I believe, but she's done the entire book digitally. Yeah.
Wow. My
So
God.
sadly, no original art page tiers. Oh,
Okay. All right.
if we had, if she had done any of those as like physical pages, oh man, those would have sold like hotcakes.
Oh, sure. Are you thinking you might potentially try and see if she do a sequel book where most of it is digital and a select number of
So
pages are traditional?
I think like when it comes down to more of the SPQR stuff, I'm probably just going to have her do things the way that she has been because it's so fast. But there is another project that she's going to be working with me on. That when we do it, I'm going to let her know is like when I have the script ready for it, I'm going to tell her to pick 10 pages to do traditionally. Because what we'll do is we'll sell those on the campaign. Cool. Because the traditional art tiers always like tend to bring in some of the high roller backers. Like if the art especially if the art is there, like if the art is like something like Kari or Dean or what have you, like they want those traditional art pages.
Nice. And if you missed out on the remaster of the Zero issue on the Embrace campaign, well, it's back too.
Yep.
That's good art.
Yes, it's beautiful. This was the line art was done by Vaughn Randall, and it was initially the black and white cover of Elysian Fields. We had a black and white edition of the Zero issue where it was just Marcelo's inks. But then so I wanted a special cover done for that for the black and white cover. And I had Vaughn Randall do this piece that I like, and I'd had it in my head where it's like, you've got a kit, like you have Achilles, you have like Troy burning in the background, but and you have him in his kit, but then in the reflection of the helmet, you see this scene that's actually from Elysian Fields of him with Patroclus. That represents he's in this warrior's garb. He's presented here as this warrior, but like if you look at his expression, he's not happy. And so the thing that's on his mind is what's reflected in that helmet. This is the thing that he wants to be. Is he wants to be at peace. He wants to be at peace with the person he cares about. When Avery, the colorist I brought on for Elysian Fields, saw this, he's just like, I have to color this. Please let me color this, please. And I was just like, okay. And I mean, the results speak for themselves. Absolutely gorgeous stuff.
That's awesome. I love the way the reflection was handled and everything. But as a whole, it looks great. It's beautiful. So when you were printing all these previous books from your other campaigns, did you actually end up preparing in advance, buying a lot of overstock?
Not in the past, because the whole point, like when you're starting off where I'm at, like you're gonna have small ass print runs. And those are expensive. And I don't make enough to warrant buying thousands of books. So I keep it down to, I get some overstock in case there's mix up with orders and stuff like that. But I keep it pretty tight. Because I can't afford to do that. Right. But the hope is that here over the next few years is that I'll steadily be able to just buy more overstock and keep buying overstock, so that I have like a pretty sizable amount of books that I can bring to conventions, put on an online store, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So in the meantime, do you actually have enough overstock to cover the catch-up tiers and things like that?
So when this is the whole deal. So first off, the Pyramid Gambit book needs to finish production. And so effectively what's going to happen is once this campaign closes and what have you, we will get the numbers to the printer on all of the books, and we'll pay for all the printing, have them shipped to our fulfillment guy, and then fulfillment will begin. The plan is to have all of these books out to people starting in June. It's going to be a very fast turnaround campaign.
Wow. Gee, that's coming up fast. So we got the package of elite culture. So you're releasing kind of a box set, it seems.
Yep, and that gets you everything. Really, here you got the SPQR's Bizzare Adventure, Elysian Fields Issue 0 Remastered, Elysian Fields Pyramid Gambit Remastered, The Embrace with the main cover by Dean James, which will be a second print. And then the Embrace t-shirt with the art by Booty Juice on there. You've got...
Oh, Booty Juice is awesome.
Yeah. And then you've got 3 mini prints of the pinups that we had on the previous campaign. And I didn't have enough space to show it in here, but you also get a metal print of the box art.
Oh, all right. Oh, that's going to look good in metal.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that laser effect. Kind of reminds me of the old high school photos. That's neat. Now, SPQRs, it's in a smaller form factor, right? It's smaller in dimensions compared with the regular comic book size.
Yeah, it's going to be a manga takoban. So
all right.
It's I'm blanking on the exact dimensions right now. I want to say it's 5.5 by 7.5 or something like that.
Okay. All right. But for purposes of showing the titles, it's made to
I just have them all on equal size there, so that way you can it just looks better. I'm not going to. Yeah.
Good deal. That makes sense. Let's see. That outlines what's in it. The Bizzare box. This package of elite culture, is that the same as the Bizzare box?
Yeah, so the Bizzare box is the box, and so if you play that video, it's just the mock-up of what the box looks like, and you get to see it open and close and what have you.
Oh, is it a pretty short video?
Yeah.
All right, let's check that out. Oh. Okay, all right, yeah, literal mock-up.
Yeah.
Let's check that out again. Excuse me. So it's going to be a straight purple or magenta color. The rest of the sides.
Yep.
All right.
It's got it. I mean, it's JoJo. Everything needs to be flamboyant and bright.
And then we got SPQR's Adventure Rubicon Adventures for 10. That's for the physical 25-page black and white.
And everyone will obviously, as with my previous campaigns, everyone will get digitals along with their digital files along with their when they are available and what have you, which should be soon.
And then Elysian Fields 0 remastered $10. Fully remastered, new colors, touched up lettering. It's fully remastered with new colors and touched up lettering. Did you find things popping
so when
much?
the zero issue was initially lettered by Luke Stone, but when I went to make Pyramid Gambit, he stopped doing lettering.
Oh, okay.
So like I brought in SK, and so to make the lettering consistent with how SK does it in Pyramid Gambit, I had the 0 issue relettered as well.
Oh, okay. All right. And Elysian Field 0 Remaster Holofoil Limited.
Mm-hmm.
Lava foil cover. So is lava foil like a metallic color, but with kind of a reddish tint to it?
No, so lava is a specific pattern. So if you look at that, like I try to capture it here. It's very hard to do. Like it's one of those things that when you see it, right? Like when you have it in your hand, it's very noticeable, but it doesn't come on camera particularly well. So I tried to make sure that the light was hitting it just right. But you can see, so lava is in reference to the pattern. So when the light hits it, it has this awesome ripple effect that catches on like bright yellows and reds really well and gives it this lovely texture.
Okay. Yeah, I think I see like almost oval, like water ripple effect.
Yeah.
Nice. For 25, the Elysian Fields Pyramid Gambit Remaster. Cool. Avery Ferdinand full color pages.
Yeah.
Nice. The Embrace. That was a pretty popular campaign.
Yes. Did very well. I was very happy with how the Embrace did, and we reached a massive audience, and it's been very humbling to hear all the feedback.
Yeah, lots of good reviews. The Embrace t-shirts, 25.
So it's got the logo on the front, and then on the back you've got the Booty Juice art.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I like having the big imagery on the shirt, taking up as much space as possible. And that was 25. That's good. Small through XXL. Okay. Oh,
if you need a larger size than that, you can send it to me. I'm fairly certain that the distributor that I'm using does them. I just only am allowed to put down 5 sizes on for options on Indiegogo. It is if it gives you an option, does this item need options? And then it caps out at like 5 options. So like I'm only able to do like small through XXL.
Okay. All right. An 18-inch TV Plus.
Yeah, man, that thing is adorable and it's massive. So like to put that into perspective, that's 18 inches. That is 1.5 feet.
Yeah. Wow.
He's big.
Oh my gosh.
He's adorable.
I bet that's selling really fast.
You know, we've sold like 15, but like I was expecting this thing to fly. So please feel free to buy as many of those things as you want. Like the more that we sell, the better.
So this very top part, is that also the same plushie material?
Yeah.
It almost okay.
Like what I will say is, so this one is a mock-up done by one company. The new that company was initially gave me a great quote, and then they practically like doubled their price.
What? Was that during the pandemic?
Yeah. Well, it was in the past few months.
Oh wow!
And so I found a new person. I haven't done their sample yet, but I'm going to here within the next week. And I'm going to make sure that they have this. I'm making sure that they have this as a reference because I want it to be as close to this as possible. So, but as of right now, the entire plushie has that material. Yeah.
Wow. That's a trip. You got a plushie meet of one of your characters. Yes, I am a JoJo reference. Super limited. You too can gain stando power. By purchasing this tier, a fully colored commission will be made to turn you into a JoJo stand user. This commission will then be used as your personal cover of a special edition of the book. Oh my gosh. You get to be on a special edition of the book. Tier comes with an A4 size print of your commission, your JoJo cover, and a normal cover of the book. Whoa. That's a trip.
Yep. There are only 2 left.
Oh, damn.
So if you want to be turned into a JoJo user, there are 2 options left.
Oh, wow. Now that is effectively gets you on a special cover, right? You're not like added to the story or anything, right?
No, it's effectively, it pays for a fully colored commission for Kari to do, and then what we're going to do is we have a for the pre-launch backers is a pre-launch edition of the book that's a secret tier, and so the print file for that edition, which is a special edition of the book with an art gallery and stuff like that, that will be used as the interior of the book, and then your cover will be that cover.
Wow. That's cool. Shipping rates. Excuse me. Priority mail and ensure it arrives safe and sound. Stretch goals. Excuse me. Excuse me. Funding goal A. SPQR mailer bags for Geminis. Printed mailer bags.
Yep, and it should be noted that everyone that purchases anything from this campaign will be getting that as a mini art print as well. We'll be in that piece.
3,600 funding goal B. The big. What?
Yes.
The Biggs is tears mug. Yes,
Yes.
the thing G is intentional. Mo Biggs' ardent hatred for this weepery is no secret. So we made him a JoJo character with his AR-15 orangutan as his stand. This mug promises to bring some extra salt to whatever you drink. And if you enjoy your copy of SPQR's Bizzare Adventures while drinking from it, you can almost hear the vexed mod screaming, "Y'all need Weebab," as his cheers fuel your experience. Oh my gosh. Nine Roads Publishing does not own the rights to Ara and has been allowed a one-time license of this property, much to Mo's chagrin. Y'all need Weebab. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
A reason to get us funded today.
I love these crazy
so
crossovers. These crazy crossovers are awesome.
If it like you can't really see it well on because of how the size of that mock-up is, but in his front hand he's pointing forward and he has a wrench. Yes. Lots of thought and care went into this design.
Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. At 4,000, embrace Sticky Hands and Elysian Field stickers. Art by Luke Stone. Are these stickers about the size of trading cards?
No, like they're not really to scale. Like the stickers, yes, the stickers are about the size of the trading cards. Like that's the whole point. Is we had trading cards on a previous thing, so but like we're gonna make these stickers. So, I'm not exactly sure. Like I was workshopping some stretch goals with my friends over at Global Frequency Studios, and they thought this was a good way for me to rework some of my previous campaign stretch goals that we hit. Because one of the big things of this is obviously to catch up on stuff that was missed. So it's a good way to take stuff that we initially had and kind of rework it for new backers. But like the other big thing is like for the sticky hands, Dean and I had an agreement because of the positive response that the sticky hands got, that every campaign that we do the embrace for, sticky hands will be a part of it.
Oh, all right.
So if it's got the embrace involved, sticky hands are there.
Yeah, the sticky hands and the embrace are a good matchup for sure.
Yes.
4600 Elysian Fields magnet. Oh, hell yeah. That's nice. That makes for a good magnet for sure.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Ooh, standees. I love standees now. I didn't think I would, but I dig them.
Yeah, they're cool, man. It's like a cheap statue. I love it.
Yeah, me too. I didn't think I'd be a very big fan of them, but as soon as I first started getting a couple, it was like, oh, these are pretty cool after all. 7-page Avenue, 5600.
So it's 7-page Awe. And so if you've watched JoJo and you've gotten through Golden Wind, which is part 4, you know about Giorno Giovanna's 7-page Muda. And so whenever the stands are like pummeling people, they like scream out stuff. So like Giorno and Dio, their stands say Muda, which is Japanese for useless. And so it's just repeating that over and over again. Well, that doesn't make sense for me to have Roman guys saying Japanese stuff. So Julius Caesar's stand, De Bello, says Awe, which is Latin for hail. And so if we unlock this tier, 7 additional pages will be added to the book of literally just Julius Caesar and De Bello pummeling Pompey Magnus's face in with spread after spread after spread, just screaming Muda, screaming Awe repeatedly.
Oh my gosh. That's wild. Image above is not owned by Nine Realms Publishing. It's here to provide a visual reference for the homage we intend to pay should we reach our stretch goal. JoJo is owned by Shonen Jump. It's created by Hirihoko Araki. The Bello Chibi stickers.
We don't have images of this yet because we're still working on the chibi. But De Bello is the name of Caesar's stand. And so if we hit this, stickers will be unlocked for a chibified version of his stand.
And you already have in mind who you want to do the chibi?
Yes.
All right. 10K secret. Shh, it's a secret. Want to know what it is? Get us to 10K and you'll find out. Nice.
And it's going to be, what I will say is if you're a fan of the Embrace and you have been wanting more Embrace, you want to get us to 10K. That's all I'll say.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. All right. Sweet. That's pretty cool. Let's jump back to the top. So it says 17 days left. Are you doing the model where you've got 30 days of funding, another 30 days of funding, and then in demand?
No. For right, and this might change. Like I've had people kind of caution me against this, but like as I said, the whole point here is that it's a fast turnaround. Like we're going for the idea is we'll be in 30 days active, and then we'll go straight in demand. And as we are finishing production on the remaster, this will give people a chance to come in and back. But then once we finish the remaster, we'll announce a massive closeout stream. And then we'll take it off in demand and immediately get the number, like get like the numbers to the printer. The whole point of this campaign is speed. It's getting as many people in as fast as possible and getting the books out to the customers as fast as possible. So, like, for instance, SPQR is fully done at this point.
Oh, okay. All right.
The art is done.
All right.
The letters are done. We are working on the print file, and I am hoping to have a print file to the printer I want to use this week, within the next week, and have him send me a physical proof of the book before we close out.
Okay.
So that way I can show it off.
So you're still within the first 30 days, huh?
Yep, we got 17 days left.
All right. That
Still plenty of time.
You should definitely get funded by then. That'll make you eligible for in demand. And if I remember, you're shooting to have this out by June.
Yep, that's the goal, is to have everything out to everybody by June.
Wow. Excuse me. Yeah, that's going to be a fast turnaround. So
yeah, and I mean, the advantage is that everything is already done, right? Like it's not like people are going to have to wait for the art production to be done. It's already done. The only production that needs to be done at this point is the rest of the recoloring of the remaster, and Avery's already halfway through the book, right? Like the last payment installment I did for him was a few weeks ago, and that got him through page 25 of 53, right? So like, and he's done, he's finished that up. So this is not going to be a particularly long wait. It is going to be, we are moving, and we're moving fast. We're going to get get people their product. We're going to get it to them quickly, efficiently, and everything like that. Like, I'm not even going to be doing the thing where I have the book sent to me initially to sign. I am literally just sending it. Everything is being sent straight to the fulfillment center, with the exception of like 1 or 2 tiers.
Okay, so no signature tiers this time around.
That's unfortunately going to be the way of things from here on. The embrace was very stressful, and quite possibly the biggest stressor was signing. And then, like, because I have a fulfillment center, I'm effectively paying like triple shipping rates. I'm paying for the books to be shipped to me, and then I'm signing them, and I'm paying for the books to be shipped to him, and then he's shipping them to people.
Oh shoot! Yeah,
like it's just not efficient. Much easier if I just get the books to him. There will be certain books that I will be signing and what have you. Like, we have a secret tier that's like a deluxe edition of Elysian Fields for the pre-launch backers that they got, and that is getting to be signed by me and the guy who did the cover for that, signed and numbered. But like, that's a much smaller quantity of product than the almost almost 400 people that we did with the embrace. So like, that's worth it for me. But doing the entire signing of the runs and what have you, it was just an added stressor. And with me being a single dad and being full-time in school and all of this other stuff, it's just, I don't want to cause unnecessary delays. I want to get people their books.
Gotcha. Welcome, General Piggy. Hail, my friends. Let's take a look real quick. We more or less covered these in the body of the story section. But so the package of elite culture, good to have a featured tier. Always appreciate when there is one, because it's kind of like your best bang for your buck. You also get to catch up on previous issues you missed from the collection. So that's really sweet. And you get this fancy box too.
Yeah. The box.
The
It's
box. Excuse me. Then you got the physical copy of Elysian Fields number 0 remastered. And then after that, we got SPQR's Bizzare Adventure. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, yeah. All right, so that's book only.
Yep.
The Embrace, excuse me, the Embrace book only. We got Pyramid Gambit Remastered, which is Elysian Fields.
Yep, and that's the book only as well. Lots of people have been going for the featured tier, and then we also have we have a bunch of, because we had a very high activity on the campaign sign up as going into launch. We had a lot of people backing the secret tiers and adding on a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, nice. Very nice. The Embrace t-shirt. Sweet. Art by Booty Juice.
Yep.
The EFO Redux holofoil. 20 copies available of that.
Yep. No one's bought it yet. I mean, if they don't buy it, I mean that's their prerogative, but I think it's a pretty sick thing to have.
Yeah, sounds cool. We got the Embrace plushie, so 2 of those claimed. Is there considered like a limited supply, or could you effectively
the more of these things that sell, the better, is what I will say.
Okay.
The more of these things that sell, the better.
Nice.
Like, if you have friends that are plushie people, tell them to get that and get the book. Like, you can add on that plushie on any one of the tiers. Like, the only thing that I couldn't do, sadly, is like you have to pay extra shipping for the plushie with the add-on, because it cannot be shipped with the books. It's too big.
Okay.
But
there isn't a feature by chance, is there, where, like if you wanted more than one plushie, is it possible to have a drop down that tells you what the quantity is?
No. I wish that there was a way to do that. I don't think Indiegogo is optimized for that.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think such a feature exists right now, but
if you want to order more than one, WyzGyz, let me know how much you want to order, and what I'll do is what I'll have you do is you can back the plushie, and then add in an extra contribution, because I think that you can do that, and we'll agree upon like the price for that to accommodate obviously shipping and the units, and then and then send a message with like how many plushies that you need, so that I can make sure that RJ is aware of it when we do fulfillment.
All right. I was kind of thinking in general, trying to brainstorm and see what options are available.
That would be an awesome thing to do. And I wish that that was a thing that Indiegogo could do. And in fact, here, let me see if that is something that they can do.
I'm not aware of. I don't remember seeing anything like that in other campaigns. I mean, usually the only kinds of drop downs you'll get are: do you want it signed? Do you want it not signed? Or if it's a T-shirt or a hoodie or a hat, you choose what size.
You know what I can do? This is what I'll do. I will create an add-on tier where you can buy like 1 extra plushie, you can buy 2 extra plushies, and we'll do it up to like 5.
That's actually that can be done through the add-ons feature.
So what I would do is I would create like multiple different add-ons and specifically have it for the Embrace plushie tier.
Oh, okay.
So you could be like, an Embrace plushie +1, right? And so that gets you 2 Embrace plushies.
Okay. All right.
Right?
Yeah, that's an
And-
option. Let me
Right?
see.
And I'll do it up to like, we can do it with here. Perks. Let's create an add-on perk.
Just trying to think of ways to help push the plushies.
Price. So I have it at 35.
Hmm.
You know what? If you get it as an add-on, I'll even give a discount. An even 30. Can you do me a favor and pull up what the shipping price is?
Let me see. Let me hide this momentarily. So if I click on this, I think that's the right one. What the heck? So many. What? Wait, what? Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
That. This. Wait, I clicked on the. You were wanting to find out what the shipping would cost for a plushie, right?
Yeah, for on my campaign, because I'm making an add-on tier right now for it.
So I click on the link, the image of Embrace plushie, and then it takes me to the next page. It says you're contributing to SPQR's Bizzare Adventure and Elysian Fields Remaster, and then it says this does not include a perk, add perk, and it's got my payment information, and then sub total is 0 USD. What happens when I go forward? What am I actually?
Give me a sec.
That's weird. Oh, it's asking me for a contribution, like a donation, instead of an actual plushie. So if I hit, let's see, if I go to submit, it tells me my contribution, a minimum of $1 USD is required. So it's basically.
Right, so it's $15 shipping for the plushie.
Okay. How weird.
All right, so what we'll do is for the United States, it's $15 shipping.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's just happening on mine or if there's a little glitch, but the Embrace plushie link seems to be linked to. Oh, there it goes. Now it seems to be working. Excuse me. And then you got the options to add those.
Is this what you desire, WyzGyz? You want multiple plushies?
I was looking for the option. I mean, no guarantees. I'm very tempted, but I'm not gonna lie. I've got a tight budget right now.
That's absolutely fine, man. Like, don't kill yourself on anything. Everyone's got a really tight budget right now, and that's one of the other hardships. You know, like things are crazy.
Let's see that.
Absolutely get that.
That. Yeah, you're right. $15 shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to see where I am. Let me jump back to. All right, so let me refresh this. Excuse me. So, Embrace Plushie is here, 35, 2 claimed. And then, yes, I'm a JoJo reference. And there's only 2 more openings. So, if you want to score one of these, select Premier tiers. You better get on it now. Because this campaign is not going to be open too much longer. It's fulfilling in June. So, time's wasting. Now, did you add something to the add-on screen, or is it supposed to appear on the main page?
So what'll happen is when you're purchasing the book, you will be able to get this as an add-on.
Are you talking about specifically the SPQR book only?
No. So if you go to purchase the plushie.
Oh, all right. If you go to purchase the plushie.
And it should be done now. So give me a sec. All right. Now click the Embrace plushie.
All right. Let me temporarily hide that because get this perk.
And it should be there under the add-ons.
Ah, all right. Let's see. I think I can share this safely. So review your contributions. You've got the Embrace plushie. And then you've got, it must be
right
because
over there.
There you go. So you can add on another plushie here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a bar. Okay, there we go. There we go. Nice. And you save a little money too. Sweet.
There you go.
All right. So get yourself many plushies. So
yes,
you can surround yourself with many embraces.
You get all the hugs and all the high fives.
Heck yeah. Hugs for the win. All right, sweet. Cool project, cool campaign, great artwork, lots of great swag. And let's go ahead and play this trailer once more. And then we'll wrap things up here. Wow, 93% funded. Nice. Yeah, you're going to make this.
Oh, no, making it is not a doubt. I really want to at least get to the 7-page Awe. If we can get to 10K, that is going to cover, that'll obviously cover all the fulfillment stuff, but that will straight up fund over half of the next project. For the main production, not counting variant covers or what have you. But it most certainly will cover a very solid chunk of the sequentials, both in its lines and color work.
Nice. And let's see, check something here. All right. And let's play this. Hello. This trailer here. Rubicon Invaders. Right on.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, everyone, back this book today. If you haven't already, definitely back it. Get all the swag. It's like great stuff. If you have already backed it, thank you for your support. Consider backing it again. There's always birthday parties and holidays to look forward to. Definitely don't want to be caught without a gift. And
that race plushie is adorable.
Indeed.
And soft.
Yeah, there you go. Get all the hugs.
Yeah.
If, so back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady. If by chance you don't have you're not in the position to do so, please consider sharing it all over your social media. Let's get some more eyeballs on this. Get some more plushies sold. Get some of these big boxes sold, and especially the last 2 slots for the SPQR big tier, which is pretty sweet. It's the one at the end here. Bizzare Adventures Rubicon Invaders. Yes, I am a JoJo reference.
Yeah, there's only 2 left.
Yeah,
only 2 of those bad boys left.
Absolutely. So get it now. I am going to give you the floor, sir. Would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
Yeah, man. You can find me on Twitter at @ElysianFields_0. You can find 9 Realms Publishing on Facebook, and you can subscribe to 9 Realms Publishing on YouTube. Be sure that you back SPQR's Bizzare Adventures today. If you haven't, help us hit that funding goal, smash past it, and get to some of these stretch goals. Got a lot of great stuff. Coming your way. The more that we bring in, the better a deal you guys get.
Most definitely. Awesome. And as you know, you can find me at my usual haunts. I'm at Twitch at WyzGyz Entertainment, all one word. On Twitter at WyzGyz Tweets. On YouTube at WyzGyz Entertainment. If searching for me, make sure WyzGyz is one word, WyzGyz. And please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for joining us on this campaign exploration. And like, comment, subscribe, mark the bell for notifications, indicate all notifications to make sure you don't miss a single video or stream. Want to thank everyone in chat for joining us. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks to everyone who watches on replay. And thanks most especially to our very special guest, M. Oden of 9 Realms Publishing. Thanks so very much, and we'll see you on the next stream. Bye.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube translation. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.